So classes in the JavaScript. So JavaScript also in the ES6, the classes concept has been introduced in JavaScript. So the class is nothing but what I can say is it's a representation of the object only. So the classes are nothing but the representation of the object only. But what I can say is classes are not the other form of creating an object. They are nothing but blueprint of the object. A blueprint of the object. This is the thing which you need to understand. So just like the constructor functions, how we have in our JavaScript. So the same implementation, the constructor function implementation only, the same implementation, we will do it in the classes thing. For example, let's say that I will try to show you. If I open this JS bin. So normally we have a constructor function. We have learned about that one, constructor function, in when we are learning the prototypes. So we have a function of person. Okay, so this is called as a constructor function, and here you can have this dot name is equal to name. This is the variable, and we will pass it as a parameter, the name. And when this is the blueprint of an object, this is the constructor function. Now when I want to get it, so where Leela is equal to new person, so this is an object I am creating. I am sending the name of this one. So if I want to have another person, another name means, so I can have another person like this. Krishna is equal to new person of Krishna, I can say it. So these are two objects only. Now if I try to do console.log of Leela and also console.log Krishna, so these two are objects only, but the blueprint of this object is nothing but this function. Now this Leela will have a key with name, and also Krishna also will have a key with name and with their value. So here you are able to see the value. So the way the structure, the blueprint is coming from this constructor function. Okay, so this is called as a blueprint of this object. So these objects, the same implementation, okay, the same implementation, we can do it using the class implementation also. So let's try to do it that way. Here I can have a class person. Okay, so this is a class person, and here let's try to remove it. So this is a class person. How we will declare it? We will try to do these things also. Just I am doing. So now I have created a class person, that is nothing but a function of person, like that blueprint. And here I am trying to do Leela of new person, something like this. Now if you try to see here, we are able to get an object, but we doesn't have any properties. Now we can have a constructor here. Okay, so this is a constructor. So constructor function means, so whatever the data you mention in the function thing, all the things will be executed. Here I am passing the name. So here I will pass the name, and here I will be using this dot name is equal to name. Okay, so this dot name is equal to name. So now I will pass the value here. So Leela I can pass it, and also here also I will pass Krishna. So now if I try to see the output, the same output we are able to get how we have implemented in the constructor function. Now we need to have some methods also. We can include some methods also into this one. Some methods means, let's say that I have a hello function. Hello. And I can use console.log hello, I can use it. So this is one method in the class. Now if I want to use it, I can use here, I can use Leela dot, let's try to remove these things. Yeah, so now here I'm using Leela dot hello, I can call it this one, and also I can use Krishna dot hello also, I can use it without any problem. I can use these two things. Why? Because we know that we are having a method hello in this class, so this object also does the same thing only. Now if I try to run it, we are able to get the hello thing. Now if you try to print the Leela object, so you will have the two keys, that is nothing but name, and a hello method will be added in the prototype. So that one is a different thing. So now let's say we have implemented this hello, right? So we can also use this dot name inside this one. So we can use a template literal here, and I can mention hello, this is, and here I can use this dot name. So if I want to access the variable in this the property inside this class means, you can use this dot name, and here I can use Leela dot hello and these all things. Now if I try to print this one, see, I'm able to get whoever is calling that one, I'm able to get their name. Why? Because we are passing as a property for this one. So this is how we will be declaring the class in the JavaScript. So this is the basic introduction of the class. Now the same implementation we can do it in the function also. So we have seen it, right? So I will try to show you the function person, and we will pass the name. So this is nothing but a constructor. Here this is the constructor. So constructor, we are passing the name, and here I can write this dot name is equal to name. The constructor logic I am writing here, and we need to have a this hello function. I can use this dot hello is equal to, it will be a function, and I can use this console.log. So this function implementation and this class implementation is one and the same. If you try to execute this function now, then also you will be able to get the same output. So if I try to remove this one and add it here, class thing, then also it will get the same output. So both implementation are one and the same, but this is the ES6 implementation of the class implementation of the constructor function. In the behind the scene, this is one and the same only. It will convert it into the constructor function only. So classes are nothing but the blueprint of the object. These are not objects itself. So these are the blueprint of the objects. How the constructor functions will be there. This will behave in the same thing. So this is all about the basic introduction of the classes. So now there are solely some methods, some concepts only involved in the JavaScript. So now let's try to go to the other thing. So this one we have understood about the classes thing, classes introduction. Now let's go to the inheritance concept. So how the inheritance will be working in the classes, let's try to see. I will try to take the same output. We have this one, right? I will try to take the same output. I will remove this one all. Okay, now we have the person and all those things. Now let's say that I will have another class, Leela. So now I want to inherit this class to this one. So I can use a extends property, extends keyword, and I can use this person. So inheritance works like this. Now I have a class Leela and extends person. When you extend this person, okay, when you extend this person, automatically whatever the properties or whatever the methods that are there in the parent class or base class, whatever it may be, so whatever the parent whatever the properties or methods present in the parent class, all those properties we can access in the child class also. For example, let's say that I am having let Leela is equal to new Leela. I am creating an object for this one. Now here I have created an object. Now let's try to see Leela.hello. Can I able to call this Leela.hello or not? So hello method is present not in this class, but we are creating an object for this Leela. Okay, we are creating an object for this Leela, but hello method is not present in this class. But we have extended the person. So that means whatever the properties and methods involved in this person, take the properties and methods in that class also. So those all methods and properties are also available in this child class. So now when you create an object for this Leela, indirectly I am able to access the methods and properties in this class and also in the parent class also. Now I am calling this Leela.hello. So this hello method is not present in this child class. It is present in the parent class. Now it will try to print the name, this dot name. So if you try to see the output, so here I am able to see this is undefined. Okay. So what is this I am getting? Here it is trying to access the name. So this name we need to provide it as a parameter or as a constructor parameter to this class, but we are not providing anything. So how we can provide this one? So here I can write simply Leela. Okay, so I am writing the Leela. Now see what will happen if I try to see the output. Now we are able to get the output. So how it is happening here? What it is happening is I am creating an object for this method and I am passing the parameter to this one. I am passing to this one. But here in this class we don't have any constructor. Automatically if we don't have any constructor, automatically the parent constructor will execute, and whatever the parameters we are having, it will be sent to the name. So now name is available and we are able to access the name property. So this is how it will be working. So this is how about the inheritance concept works in the JavaScript. For example, so this is how it is there, right? For example, let's say that, so now we understood the basic thing, how it is working, right? Now let's say that we have a constructor here. assume that we have a constructor here, and this one takes the age, and I am having this dot age is equal to age. Okay, so now the conflict rises here. I am creating an object for this one. Okay, I am creating an object for this one. So that means I need to pass age only. So age means something around a number value 27 or anything I am passing. So now I am passing age to this constructor. Now let's see what is the output. What will be the output? If I try to run here, you are getting must call super constructor in the derived class before accessing this. So now here it is telling that, so you are trying to access this, and you are trying to access the person class. So you need to call a super constructor, it is telling. So that is nothing but, so when you are trying to execute this constructor, so in this child constructor itself, you need to explicitly mention that parent constructor also need to be executed before using the this and all those things. So now what we need to do is, in order to call this parent constructor, so what you need to do here, we need to use super. Okay, so when you call this super, automatically this constructor will be executed, and we need to pass the name. So here this is a Leela, right? So there is no need to pass the name for this one. So we know that this guy name is Leela, so we can pass it directly like this, or otherwise you can pass it as a name here, Leela, and you can take it as a name here, and you can pass that name here. So either thing is okay. So now we are passing this one to here. Now if you try to see the output, now I am able to get the output. See, this is how actually the parent and the child will work. So whenever you are calling the constructor in the child class and you are having a parent constructor, means you need to call the super so that the parent constructor also will execute. Otherwise the error will come. So this is one concept, so which you need to remember. Okay, so now we understood about the super and all those things. So now we understood about the super, why the super will be useful. So in order to execute the parent constructor. Now so that now you are calling here, so there is no need to first send this one. For example, let's say I am calling this age, and here we are calling super, and super we know that the parent constructor takes another parameter, and here you can pass the Leela like this. Either thing is okay, fine. So now we are able to get the, and here and also I can use, and age is here also I can use this dot age. So this dot age is available in this one, right? So now we are calling through the Leela. Okay, this hello method we are calling through the Leela. So that is the reason this age is also will be available. So now I am able to get it. Age is 27 also. So like this, from where you are calling this method is important. So if you are calling directly person and you are trying to call this one, means then you will get an error here. This dot age is not defined. But here I am trying to call Leela through the like this. For example, let's say that I don't want to call it here, so that it will create some problems. Why? Because this person will not be extended by Leela. So many people will be extending this person. So maybe this age and all those things may be present or not present in other child classes, we may think. So now what I can do is, for example, let's say that I am having here another method, hello twice, something like this. So what I am trying to do here, I am trying to call this dot hello, and I am trying to call this dot hello. So what I am trying to here I will try to use hello twice. So twice I am calling. So where this dot hello comes. So this dot hello means nothing but first it will try to check that whether hello method is present in this class or not. It is not present. Then it will go and check in the person. It will go and check in the person. So now hello is present. So now it will try to print the hello method twice. So fine, it is working fine. Now let's say that I am having a hello method here inside this one. So I am doing here console.log hello child. Okay, this is a child, and here I can use this dot name and also this dot age also I can use it without any problem. Why? Because as this person is extending this one, so name will be available, and here this one is having age, so age is also compulsory, it will be available. So here I can use this dot name, and age is all of this dot age also I can use it without any problem. I can use it there also, you can use it, but you need to be careful that now I am trying to call this dot hello now here. So if I try to print this one, see this time which one got executed? This hello got executed, and then now when I am trying to call this hello twice, okay, when I am trying to call this hello twice, so which is getting executed? This hello is getting executed. Now this hello has been omitted. So what is the thing? What is the thing it is happening here? So first this dot hello, it will try to check that whether hello method is present inside this one or not. If it is present, means this one will be overridden. Okay, so this method will be overridden by this one. Now now for example, let's say that, okay, fine, I want to execute the parents hello only. I don't want to execute this one. I don't want to execute parent hello only, somehow reason. Then you need to use the super here, super.hello. Then if you try to see here, first one got executed from the child method and the second one got executed from the parent method. Okay, this one got executed from the parent method. So this is all about the different types of concepts involved in the inheritance. So we have seen all the possible scenarios, how this inheritance works in the classes. So these are all the almost all the scenarios. So if you are having two methods conflicting, if you are having two constructor conflicting, so when you want to call the another constructor, we need to call the super. And when you are using this hello twice, this dot hello, so you like super dot hello like this. So here we are using when we are trying to use, and here also you can use this dot age. So but you need to be very careful that from where you are calling this method is very careful. So that is the reason, that is the main thing I want to tell you. So this is all about the inheritance concept available in the classes. Now this is about the inheritance in the concept. So fine, let's jump on to the next topic. So the classes you understood, and also the inheritance. So these are pretty simple in the JavaScript. We don't have much advanced in the JavaScript. So we have advanced in the TypeScript actually. Now let's go on to the next one, static methods. So how the static methods will be implemented in the JavaScript, let's try to see. For example, let's say that static methods means, how can I say is, let's say I'm having a class message, okay, or otherwise logger, like this. I'm having some logger class, and here and here I'm having a method get message, okay, get message, and this one will print always console.log hello welcome or something like this. So this is the message it is trying to print. Now I want to use this get message method somewhere in the program. So now when I want to use it, so I need to create logger. So I need to create an object for this logger. Then only I can able to call logger dot get message. Okay, so like this. Then only I can able to call this logger dot get. Then only I can get this one. So that means we are trying to call this method. So we are trying to create an object. Then only I can able to use this one. So now the static methods will be very useful in this type of scenarios. Now when you need to understand that when there is no dependency on the instance of this class, so when there is no dependencies of this one, then you can mention this one as a static. Okay, so you can mention this one as a static, and now I can use this logger dot get message. So I can directly use the class name, whatever the class name we are having, and I can use this like this. Now you can get the output, same output you can get it. But now for example, you have a constructor. So in these scenarios you should not use it. I have a constructor and I am getting a message. Okay, this dot message is equal to message. Now here I am trying to use this one, constant logger is equal to new logger of something like this. I am trying to send some values here. Now when I want to use this get message, and here if you want to use this dot message means this will not work. Okay, so this will not work. So we will get an undefined. So this will not work. So now I am trying to call this one, right? This will not work. Why? Because this dot message is intended for only for this one only, for the instance thing only. But here we are calling the get message without creating an object or the instance, whatever it may be calling. So without creating the instance, we are trying to call it. So we cannot use it. But we can use the static methods. For example, let's say that you can have a static, I'm using some welcome here. So you can use it like this. And this welcome method, you can use it here. So wherever in the instance also, without instance also, you can use this one, static thing. So static methods are static properties. So static methods what you can use is you can able to use only the static properties only inside this one. You can also use the logger.welcome also, you can use it, not a problem. With the class name also you can use it. So here also I can use I can console the logger.welcome. Okay, so logger.welcome. So these all things in the .NET also you will try to understand it. So .NET, it's a property, right? Yeah, so you can able to get this value also. So static properties or static methods are able to access. In the static method, you can be able to access only the static properties. Whereas in the instance method, in this instance method, you can able to access both the instance properties and also the static properties also. You can able to access it. So that is the message what I want to tell you. So this is all about the static thing. So static methods, when we will try to use it, when we don't have any dependency on the instance. Okay, when we don't have any dependency on the instance for the method. So instead of creating an object and all those things and calling that method, we can directly call with a class name dot that particular message. But you need to have a static method. Okay, you need to have a static method. So that is the main thing you need to understand. So this is all about the static methods in the JavaScript. So now the last one which I want to tell you is the getters and setters for implementing the encapsulation. So these are all about the classes concepts. So now getters and setters thing. So for example, let's say that I am having a class person. Okay. So I am having a class. So we are having a constructor. So I am sending a name. So here I will be saving this dot private as a private variable. Name is equal to name. So this one I am using. Now I am having a get name getter. This one is for providing the encapsulation. So we are hiding the property. So now here the implementation we are hiding. So here we are using return this dot underscore name dot to uppercase. So I am changing. So whoever access the name, so they will be getting the name in a uppercase. So here I can do something like uppercase. Okay. So whenever whoever wants to set the name, I will try to show you that one all. So here we can use something like this dot underscore name is equal to, so we will be getting a value here. So we need to send a value, and here we get. So now this dot underscore name is a private variable. So now this property will be available to the public, so that whenever whoever wants to get the name, so they can call this name. So for example, let's say that let person is equal to new person. So I am sending here Leela. So now I want to access person.name. So I can do console.log person.name. Person.name. Now when I try to access person.name, so we have sent this Leela, right? But we get the value as uppercase. So if you try to see here, so we are getting it as an uppercase. So that means we are hiding the original implementation of this one, and we are getting the data which we are intended to show to the public. So now let's say that we want to set the name. We can also add some conditions here. So for example, if value dot length is greater than 2, then only save this, or otherwise don't save this one. So let's say that not saved or something like this, we are able to show it. So we can add some conditions to this one for saving of this variable also. Now for example, if I try to save person.name, let's try to do, yeah, person.name is equal to some value, only L I am trying to save it. So now it will go to the set name, and it will try to see that value.length greater than 2 or not. So it is not greater than 2, so it will not save it. So console.log, if I try to show you console.log person.name, we will try to use this person.name. Now if I try to see here, it is not saved. So this console has been print, and the name is still Leela only. So but I am trying to change it here. Now when I try to change it something like this, now see what will happen. So now we are able to save it. Now the name has been changed to like this. So like this we can hide the implementation of this one, and we can use the getters and setters to get the name. So now you cannot think that this dot underscore name is a private variable, so that I cannot access it like this. But in JavaScript it is different. So if you want to access this one, person dot underscore name, and here I will try to do Leela. Okay. So now Leela or something like this I'll try to do. So now name will be in uppercase, and name will and underscore name will be like this only. See, this one will be in uppercase and this one will be like this. And the original implementation is like this only. Don't think this one as a private variable, the access modifiers are not available in the JavaScript, public, private, protected, and all those things. So those are not available. Just for the implementation sake, we will be using this as an underscore. So these are all about the classes concept that are available in the JavaScript. So right now up to here only the implementation is there for the class implementation. But don't think that this is a pure object oriented programming. So now you will be able to understand, right? So what I have told you. So at the starting we have discussed that JavaScript is an object oriented programming language. So it's not an object oriented programming language. It's an object based programming language. Okay. So we will implement the functionality and all those things through the objects. We'll try to do it. Object based programming language, this one. So that is the main difference. You need to understand it. So these are all about the classes. So these are all the important concepts. How what will be there in the classes in the JavaScript.